The reason why couples break up is because one or both partners refuse to learn, grow, and accept. You learn how to negotiate and compromise. You grow and become better for the relationship. And you accept the person for who they are. And that means who they are at the core. Most couples bottle things up and don't actually talk things out. Explain why they feel a certain way. When one confronts the other about a problem, they yell at each other. Then they end up not wanting to talk about it. And when a couple days pass and things calm down, they don't go back and talk about why they were upset and come to a conclusion. They continue on with their relationship without the problem ever being solved. The same thing ends up happening over and over again, and the cycle continues. Each problem that goes unsolved ends up piling up. A problem in a relationship doesn't go away unless y'all both talk about it and come to a conclusion. You can't just suppress it and ignore it. One day, the bubble will burst and someone will decide they don't want to be in a relationship anymore. Sometimes they will stay with the person, but already broken up with them in their head. So when they break up with you, you feel blindsided. And because they had more time to move on before the actual breakup, they were able to move on quickly, and you don't know why. But it's because they mentally moved on long before the relationship actually ended. Most people have love as a feeling, not as an action. You say you love them, but you don't show that you love them. In your mind, you want the best for her, but that's all in your head. She doesn't see that. She can only see your actions, not your thoughts. Think of the many times you feel something, but never show it. No one knows how you feel or how you feel at that moment. Getting too complacent and comfortable is why relationships end. You stop doing what made your partner fell for you in the first place. She thought you were perfect, but you kept showing her why you weren't. She stopped communicating with you about how she feels about you. And usually, that's when she starts to distance herself from you, and she won't want to get intimate with you. Maybe before, she will want to at least get intimate with you once a week, but now it's once a month or every other month. And sometimes it would be multiple months of no intimacy at all. A relationship is like sailing a boat. You have to maintain the boat. If you don't, it will sink in the ocean. That's why it's called a relationship. Sometimes you have to make the initiative to have deep conversations about the relationship and make adjustments to better the relationship. It's not just about getting into a relationship. You have to maintain it. And that's with everything in life. Life is not just about getting things. You have to maintain the things you get. If you don't, it will decline or get worse. Maintaining a relationship is just showing effort. If your partner likes going to concerts, and when you know her favorite artist is on tour, you book the ticket and take them there. That shows you care about what she likes, and you pay attention to the things that she cares about. It's the little things that keep a relationship going. It could be as simple as planning a date to her favorite restaurant and tell her to be ready by 8 and don't worry about anything. You'll do all the planning. Most people talk about their future together, getting married, buying a house, and having kids. But they don't realize the amount of work you have to put in to achieve that. It's the things you say and the things you do, making them feel special. That's what makes them feel loved. Only then will that future become a reality. And that's how you achieve anything in life. It's not about what you think or what you complain about. It's about action. Action is what gives you results. Life is pretty simple. A lot of the rules for success are the same anywhere you go. There are some relationships that don't work out because they don't value or respect the relationship. And that leads to your significant other to cheat on you. Sometimes they just don't care as much as you do. But you can't be with someone that doesn't respect you, even if they realize they messed up. You can't be with someone that cheated on you. They will do it again when the opportunity presents itself. Sometimes the relationship ends because you can't give them the life they want. In other words, financial stability. Financial struggles are a big part of why relationships don't work out. Constant stress of not being able to pay the bills or put food on the table, living paycheck to paycheck, that puts a strain on the relationship. Constantly stressing about if you're able to pay the bills this month leads to other arguments and short temper. Everything starts to seem annoying. It's like when you have one negative thought and it leads to another negative thought, and you just go down this endless rabbit hole of negativity. The best advice I could really give for a relationship is you don't always have to be so defensive to everything your significant other says. Sometimes they say things because they see things that you don't see, and they just want the best for you. You don't have to feel the need to defend yourself all the time. Sometimes you just have to think about, if I listen to them, is it beneficial? Would I be better off, or would I be worse? If at the end of the day, making certain changes, taking their advice, makes you a better version of yourself, then what's the issue? At the end of the day, it's about both partners putting in the effort to better the relationship. And sometimes you shouldn't just listen, just to respond. Listen to understand. What do they really mean when they say these things? Sometimes they really just mean well, but they don't know how to say it the right way. And perhaps you don't like how they deliver that message. Maybe you don't like the tone that they use. But sometimes you have to look past all that and think about what they really meant, because most of the time, they just want the best for you. But you have to be able to see that. And if you're going through a breakup, you have to understand sometimes people meet to change each other for the better.